Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. We have a couple setups we're looking at. Man, I got perfect timing or something. As soon as I start the live, we got some action. So I like this setup right here. As long as it doesn't tank, I'm going to wait for the 15 to close and the new 15 to start. I do like this setup right here. We talked about sales yesterday. Had a nice sell setup yesterday with the members, as well as we caught this beautiful GJ setup yesterday with the members and students who was in the live stream yesterday. You could have caught this as well. Nice 1 to 3, almost 1 to 4 RR. Meaning whatever you would have risked, you would have made 3 almost 4 times that amount. So you would have risked $100, you would have made 3 almost $400. You risked $1,000, you would have made 3 almost $4,000. Make sure like the lives, y'all hop up in here, y'all. Subscribe, not subscribed already. What's going on, Chanel? I see you up in here. I told y'all summer quarter was going to be hitting different, right? I don't know if y'all been seeing the difference in the markets, but I told y'all summer quarter, the 3 years I've been trading seriously, have been the smoothest quarters. And that has been true so far since this month has begun. We've been going absolutely crazy. We're on a 3-week win streak. Well, no, 2-week going on 3-week win streak right now. We're 2-0 as far as the signals are concerned this week, but a lot of other setups when that's projected as well, which I'll break down in a second. I like this setup right here. We might jump in this the next 15 if we can hold this level here. We talked about GU sales yesterday. GU has been doing a nice drop. Broke that level was talked about we needed to be broken. We're doing a retest. If we can maintain and hold 3405 as resistance, we're going to look for continued sales going to 3370. GJ, we're going to be looking for continued buys. We can either retest 199.10 or break this high here at 199.75 and hold that support. We're looking for buys going to 205. Now, US30 ended up rejecting, and we have bearish momentum. Now, technically, if we go on the bigger scale of things, well, not even so, yeah, we got bearish momentum. We could see price possibly reverse back up, but unless we break back above like 44,310, we're going to be looking for sales. Now, to be on the safe side, I'm going to wait to see if the whole 43,800 as resistance and go for sales there. But we do have bearish momentum potentially coming through. Now, we also have news today. We got news. Let me turn this down. That seems loud too. But today we also got some news popping up. We just had 2 GBP pop off. And then later on today, right before the New York session, we got 830 USD. I'm going to be going live during today's news. I got a one-on-one session like right after the news. So I'm going to go live during today's news. But we went live during yesterday's news. Nothing too crazy happened. So let's see what today and tomorrow's news does to the markets. But let's see what this next 15 looks like. I like this setup here. Is that a good entry point? So let's see what this next 15 looks like. You already know the drill, y'all. Make sure I like the live, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When you charge, drop them in the chat. I want to see how this holds right here. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. We got a lot of stocks, a few cryptos, but a lot of stocks, a few cryptos going on to a lot of cryptos are approaching or making all-time highs. Yeah, this year, I told y'all last year, but y'all are really seeing it this year. Tell y'all the markets, this shit about it. This 4-year, 5-year cycle is gonna be very, very, very interesting. And we're still at the beginning of it. It's gonna be very, very, very interesting. I figured out a new TikTok live page. That's funny you said that. I'm gonna go live later on today. It's probably going to be around like 2:00 ish. I'm probably gonna go live right after my one-on-one session. And see how it plays out. Like I said, there was a couple reasons why I had to stop. One, because my TikTok, when I go live, traders come in there, start recording my shit. A little bit of trolls come in there, and my page is like super sensitive right now. Like I can't even post shit that other people can post. And when I tell people that, they think I'm tripping because they're like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I can post this." But I'm like, "Well, you're, a random TikTok account that's not posting anything, right? You're just posting videos of yourself. So it's a lot different if you're like posting content. There are a lot stricter with certain content creators, especially like myself. Like I can't say certain things. Like that's why sometimes when like people will comment on my TikTok, sometimes you'll see me respond like 3 different times when you reply on accident because TikTok will like hold my comments sometimes or delete my comments. That's why sometimes like if you comment on one of my TikTok posts, I might like it, but then you won't see a comment till hours or a day later. That's because I be checking my posts and I do respond, but TikTok won't post my response sometimes or delete my comments. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's been a few weeks, so that's funny you said it. I was literally talking about it to myself earlier today. I was like, I'm gonna go live today, see what's talking about. So the same TikTok page, right? I have another TikTok page, but I don't have 1,000 followers on that yet. So once I get 1,000 followers on that, I might be switching between the 2 pages of going live. But right now, it's gonna be the same TikTok page, which is the main one that y'all see scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. At the bottom right here, or right where my mouse is. So make sure to follow me on TikTok as well as Instagram, TikTok _ playmakerway _ Instagram playmaker _ way. I mean TikTok's _ playmakerway _ The Instagram's playmakerway _ My bad, y'all. I'm over here doing like 3 things at once. As y'all know, I can't talk and type, but y'all can see it on the screen, right? Apologies for my me saying you're wrong, but I'm doing 2 things at once. Yes, I like the setup right here. So we're gonna go ahead and dive in that. I'm going to catch continued sales that we caught yesterday. Again, I didn't post this signal, but I did let folks know we was looking for this. I dropped the New York price watch list. I'm gonna show y'all that. So we go to yesterday. We dive into Playmaker University. You see it broke down a few of the setups. We went live yesterday as well. And then I sent a couple of projections of what we was looking for besides the GJ setup. You can see us talking about GU. This is what GU was looking like right before 9:30. You can see her right at 9 a.m. You can see I posted at 9:30 right at the open. And then you can see right here, literally, as soon as 9:30 started, New York Open, I think fucking ripped to the downside. Did the full first half of the move in that first 15. And I posted this on my story as well. It might still be on my Instagram, right? Because people will be like, "Oh, you don't be posting you in trades." Because I trade, there's only one account or a couple, one broker that I trade on my phone. Everything else is on my computer. So, I can't really do that shit no more like I used to. It was different back in the day. Back when, if I wanted to, I could use MT4, MT5 still, but I'm over that at that point. Right after, it got banned temporarily. in America. I moved on, so like a lot of stuff's a little bit different now, right? That's why, if we go back in the day, right, we go back in time. Maybe I could do that. Let's put the photos right here. Where are we at? Where's that scroll thing? Here we go. Right, like we go back to like 2023, like right before all that BS occurred. Right, I was posting screenshots of me and stuff. Right? I was posting on my personal and funded accounts, me taking setups, positions. But the way my broker is now, the one I use on my phone, it shows like all my information and all that, and I have to cross stuff out. As my main account, so I don't really show that no more. But if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you'll see me all the time post me in trades and positions on my funded accounts and stuff. But also we break this stuff down live. But you know, some people don't watch the lives; they only watch the recaps or whatever. But those that watch the lives, you already know. Just like right now, none of this stuff's made up. We really do this shit in real time. We just hit TP1 already. Gotta hit TP2. But yeah, we're gonna go live at TikTok around at like 2 o'clock today. I'm gonna see how it's playing out. So that was the first reason why I had to take a break. But the second reason why I had to take a break on TikTok was because I don't know what the hell is going on. My Wi-Fi is a little bit better now, but there was like a month and a half, 2 months of like the signal just being completely garbage. I don't know what the hell is going on, right? And I knew it was bad because if y'all was here like a month ago, a month or 2 months, I think it was a month. I'm terrible with time, but there's a period like where like even like the stream kept on crashing on YouTube, and then when I was going live on TikTok, people couldn't really hear me. But I'm gonna see what's going on today with it because I haven't gone live in a minute. My signal has been a little bit better, so I'm gonna see what it's talking about. Plus, I got a lot of stuff to break down, right? Because again, if y'all don't be following me on TikTok and you haven't been in a TikTok live, it's completely different from these YouTube lives. We were dropping a lot more game. We'd be breaking hella things down. And sometimes I think maybe I should start doing the London session live like that. I get too lost in the sauce teaching because London session I really am serious because I'm really looking for setups. And then during the New York lives on TikTok, I'm chilling a little bit more because I'm already in positions, already done for the day, so I can really just focus on teaching and breaking shit down. Whereas like during the London session live, I'm looking for positions, so I'm looking for focus and things like that. And as y'all know, every time I go into teacher mode, that's when the charts be trying to sneak off them. Like we started this live literally just in time to catch this setup. I'm about to see if we hit TP2 going into this next 5 minute. And if y'all was in the live yesterday, right? I don't know about one dude from here. But remember last week when we was looking at GJ? Remember last week we was looking at GJ and I was telling y'all how we was still bullish. Remember last week I told y'all we was still bullish? Right? And this ain't no diss to old dude because I don't this is a teaching moment, right? But we had now one trader here talking about sales. I was like, no, we're still bullish. Don't go for sales yet, right? So then what happened last week? Price did the same move off the support level 3 times. Before that, we got this huge move live on Monday's live stream last week, right? And then Friday, we got another nice GJ setup. So yes, it was rejecting this level, but then look what happened yesterday and look what's happening right now. We can see the clear higher high gap, right? So again, do I have a crystal ball? No. So why did I know we can see buys still and a new higher high could possibly be made? Because again, it's simply understanding the rules of price and following the rules of price, right? It's like I talk about all the time in my trade breakdowns and in the TikTok lives. We're like a pip and a half away from TP2. Let's see if we can hit it, y'all. Let's see if we can hit it. Right? But it's just like what I talk about all the time with the price action technical analysis playbook. Like I always tell them, like, if y'all don't believe this shit work, I don't know how many more examples or how many more days or weeks I gotta show y'all that this shit is how the charts work. All right, so when we pull out the price action technical analysis playbook, that works on everything: stocks, futures, options, and crypto. All right, what does the rules of the uptrend say? And if y'all been watching any of my trade breakdowns, I dropped a new trade breakdown on Monday, by the way. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure to watch it after the live. I'll drop it in the chat right now. But the past few weeks, you watched any of my trade breakdowns, y'all know I be talking about it. And later on today in the TikTok live, we're going to go super in depth and detail with all this stuff as well. Give me a second. Man, I be trying not to drink coffee. I know people that drink hella coffee every day. And like, if they don't drink coffee, they get like headaches and shit. I'm like, I'm not trying to have that be me. But I ain't gonna lie, some days I'd be like, bro, I do need some coffee. I ain't gonna lie. So I might grab some coffee on my fridge. I just need to get another espresso maker because I like those better than coffee. But that's besides the point. Let me find this screenshot really quick. Where the hell is the screenshot? Give me 1 second. Got so many photos. Just gotta sift through and find it. All right, here we are. Right. So this is the rules of the uptrend, right? It says for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. I never forgot. I forgot to ask. The mic sounding good, y'all? Kind of just got straight into the action. Let me know if the mic's sounding good or not. Right? So again, that's the rules of the uptrend, right? So we have to respect the support level the higher low is on, and we have to break the resistance level the higher high is on. So when we go back in time and we look at GJ, remember I was talking about how we was still bullish in the reversal territory, and then look what happened shortly after. All right, that's why I was telling y'all we was in reversal territory, but as long as we hold this level of support, we're still bullish, right? Because this was the previous resistance level that price broke to make a new higher high, right? Then we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we had the reversal, right? And then what do we talk about with reversals? I got that in the book as well. Rejections or reversals happen, but a reversal doesn't always mean the trend is going to change. Now, this is still with the rules of the uptrend, right? As long as price doesn't turn the support level into resistance and or make a lower low, we are still in an uptrend and still only looking for buys. So again, price did not make a lower low. And when price came back up to the support level, it did not hold as resistance. The bullish momentum came back into play and gave us that new higher high, right? So again, this is why I always tell y'all not to chase price, but follow the flow of price. When you chase price, you become victims more times than not to these fake outs and liquidity sweeps. Did we hit TP2? Yeah, we did. Let me let the members know really quick. I'm gonna cut this to the chat for this show. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. We're currently in the trade right now. See, now I can make one of those videos online, those corny videos online, where I'm like, oh, I made X amount of dollars in 10 minutes because I actually literally, as soon as we got on live, 5 minutes later, we hopped in the trade, right? But I'm not even get into that. Anyways, let's go back to the teachers. I'm sorry, I just hate seeing funny ass videos online. But anyways, right? So again, what does the rules of uptrend say? We need to not only break that level, but we need to treat it from resistance to support for a new higher high to be made, right? Which is why last week we was looking for buys. We see again Tuesday, price continued the bullish momentum. Then we had Thursday, price retest that level. Wednesday night going to Thursday, price retested that level. And that's why we went for buys on that day, right? Because we were still bullish, right? But again, price needs to what? Break resistance levels, hold them at support in order to continue to go up. Just like for price to go down, it needs to break support levels, as resistance, right? So that's why last week we was looking for buys, and I was telling folks to still look for buys, even though we have price rejecting and retracing. Because again, in the uptrend, what's the bigger move? Move up or move down? Move up. Again, we don't chase price, we follow the flow of price. And following the flow of price is all about going for high quality stuff. And that's why we win so many trades, lose so little, and why our wins be so big compared to our losses, right? And that's what we saw took place yesterday, right? Same level, same position, but this time we flew through it. So now we're going to be looking for today to see if we're going to maintain and hold 199.10 as support, or we can break this resistance level here, 199.75 as support, and then continue to for buyers going to the upside. Right. So again, we actually news pop off at 2 a.m. Nothing too crazy happened there. And right before New York, we got 8:30 news. So make sure to keep that time in mind. All right, y'all. We got 8:30 news today and tomorrow. I'm looking for possible gold sales. Still, gold did do the drop we was talking about, but it failed to hold as low as resistance. Again, that's why we wait for retest confirmations. And why I'm anti-breakout trading, because if we would have went for the trade just because the price broke that level instead of patiently waiting for the retest, we would have took an unnecessary loss for no reason. All right, so it's all about patience. It's all about patience. You should never be in a rush to take a setup. Just always stick to your rules. Wait for your confirmations to be met, because when that volume kicks in, and again, when you're going for high probability, high quality setups, once that volume kicks in, you're going to make money, right? Because again, when we look at GJ, this was a little bit of a swing trade. Now, I re-entered yesterday, like I told you I did. I got wicked out on Monday's position, and I re-entered during the London session live yesterday. But this was a signal we called on Monday. It did not play out until Tuesday. But as you can see, again, London session, New York. So when everybody online be like, oh, price action is trash, the only reason why price consolidated right here was because it already did the move for the day, right? This is why I trade at least 2 sessions a day, if not all 3 sessions, right? Because again, that's going to give me a higher likelihood of being able to catch the move and not catch the quarter of the move or miss the entire move, right? So again, when you see all these videos online with people talking, oh, price action, I guarantee if you go to that day and that part they looked at, look to the left, there was a move that happened. It just didn't happen that session, right? So again, that's why we trade multiple sessions. That's a whole nother conversation. Let's catch the chat, y'all. Make sure to like the live, y'all. Make sure to hit that first link in the description on the free signal for Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link. Check it out for yourselves. If you want that copy of the price action 10 to play with, you get it completely for free when you come to Playmaker and Playmaker University, or you can purchase it separately with this link right here. Let me drop that in the chat. And I'm gonna cut you to the comments in a second. I just had to break some stuff down really quick. Got a new 5-minute about to start. We're still gonna be on for at least an hour, y'all. So we're gonna be on a little bit later into 4 a.m. because we just started a little bit later. So don't worry about that, y'all. We're gonna have at least an hour. And I break this a lot more in depth down in this video as well. So we're chilling at TP2 right now. we do got a little bit of work with G. We got to break through this level of traffic here to even get down to 33. Yeah, but everything else, as we can see, is just kind of consolidating. So we're just gonna pay attention to G right now. Let's see what y'all talking about up in here. Okay, and the band was temporary. I thought that was still a thing I didn't know how to use. When I see people using MT4, MT5, and a couple of my brokers will allow it, I just stopped using it and got used to the other stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, MT5 is definitely a lot better than MT4, but MT4 is like using like Windows 70 and using the big ass. Folks don't know about this, but if you was either 90s wave or live during that time, big ass old ass library computers, right? Like that's how MT4 is. Type of vibe. It hasn't been updated since it got created. There's a lot of other brokers that are a lot more advanced and easier to use. So that's why after I started using those brokers, I'm like, shit's better than MT5. Now there are some things I do like about it, but the brokers I use now, I can't rely on that MT5, which why I haven't really tried to figure out how to do it. But I know there's some brokers, even in the US, I have members that use the same brokers as me, but they use MT4, MT5, one of them. So it was like a temporary ban. But it was one of those things where, like, if you had it on your phone, you're good, but you couldn't really download it on the app store, right? It was kind of like when TikTok banned. It was a fake ban. That's the one conversation, right? I think it was banned for like one day, but everybody that deleted the app couldn't re-download it. But if you had the app still, once that ban lifted, maybe a day later, like I went to sleep and right, so everybody was freaking out, selling their phones and shit, just like an MT4, MT5, like $1,000, $5,000 because you couldn't get TikTok or MT4, MT5 on the phone no more, just for it to be back up. But yeah, so that's what I really use more. Because the brokers I use don't use it. I mean, I didn't use them. I was using other brokers when the ban happened. And then I also had a broker. I can still use this broker, but it's an overseas broker, and I'm trying to be safe because I'm always prepared for everything. So yes, I still have access to the overseas broker, and if you're not in America, you can still use this broker. 1 to 500 leverage, MT4, MT5. You can trade everything on it, just like with funded accounts. How you can trade, the indices in gold as well as currency pairs. Like with some brokers in America, you can't really do that on both. I can still use that account, but like when people find me, that's why I take it out of my bio, because when I first started social media, I was getting a lot of people from outside of America, probably because I do trade in session, but now it's kind of like evened out. I have people all over the world now. Way a lot more people than before in America. So a lot of people couldn't use that broker because of the ban, and plus because of the ban, right? Because it was an unregulated broker, and it was also in the UK. So a lot of people wasn't able to use it, but I still have access to it. I still have some money in it. I still get my weekly and monthly statements. I still have no issues with it, but just to be on the safer side, I put most of my funds into American brokers, regulated brokers. But like I don't know about now, but I know like there was a time we could re-download it from the App Store, but like I said, I haven't really used it since. So I don't know what all the updates are. What's going on, Doug? I see you up in here. Sounds good. All right, so we got a new 5-minute popping up. We're still kind of chilling at TP1. We're going to need a little bit of volume. This was a nice move we got for the news. It looks like these other charts are going to be kind of chilling for the next few hours. We're going to see this 1 hour talks about as well, though. Got a new 15 new hour gonna pop up in 5 minutes. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. All right, retracing a little bit. Yeah, these charts still chilling. Yeah, it looks like these other three charts are gonna be chilling for a little bit. Again, we got news at 8:30. Like I always talk about, we don't see any action between now and like 6 a.m. I recommend just waiting until after the 8:30 news, and then 9:30 open. See what the markets are talking about. Right? Yesterday was an example of that. Obviously, we was in this trade prior to the news, but when the news popped off, price continued pushing our favor. Was trying to break that level, but didn't break that level until, as you can see, right before 9:30 open. They continue to push up, right? So we're gonna see what happens during the news today. Right? Yesterday, the GBU, 8:30 candlestick, push price down, 9:30 open, shot to the so. So we're still bearish. We have done a big drop, and we dropped for like 2 weeks straight. Now, granted, last week's drops besides Friday, it's kind of still stuck in the same place. But as long as we can maintain the whole 35.25, especially like where we're at right now, 34.40, 34.35 resistance, still looking for stuff. We do need to break this up here at 33.70 for that resistance, though, for the downtrend to continue, right? Because last time we dropped down here, we break that level, and that's what caused the reversal. And the option to come back into play. So we need to break that level right there. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When looking at your chart, drop in the chat. Yeah, these are the charts. Sure. Let's see what we got going on. What about gold? Gold, same game plan that we've been talking about all week. So if you haven't checked out the Sunday chart analysis yet, make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis. Like I always tell you, the Sunday chart analysis goes over news for the week, set up for the week before. Not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. So make sure to watch this video, y'all. But also why I say that is because gold has not done anything different from it. Right now, we obviously had some movement. When we look at prices literally at the same spot like when we started off the week at. So game plan is still the same. We're in reversal territory. So we're either waiting for price to break more on 33.24 as resistance, go for 33.04, or we're going to look to see if price can break above 33.74 and hold that support. Then we're going to look for buyers coming up from there, right? From there, I should say. Right, price did a drop yesterday, but failed to hold this low as resistance, consolidating the rest of the day. We're still just kind of chilling at no man's land. So I'm not doing a thing with gold personally unless it breaks one of my alerts and holds one of those as support or resistance. Right, kind of the same thing with US30. Right, US30 in reversal territory. I'm not going to go for buys unless we break above or this low as support. I'm not going for sells unless we break below and hold this low as resistance. Right, I don't care what price does. And this is how y'all should do as well, right? I know everybody treats differently, but if you trade like me, playmaker, this is what your mindset should be like, right? When I first started trading, I used to look at every candlestick as pips, every candlestick as money, missed money, missed opportunities. But now I don't care at all what price does. It took me a little bit to get to this point, but I don't care at all what price does until it comes to my key price levels, right? Until my confirmations are met. Because at the end of the day, the candlesticks don't mean nothing to me until I'm going to trade regardless, right? Because I'm not making losing money until I'm going to trade regardless. New 5 minutes just popped up. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Two p.m. PST, EST. So it's going to be like it's going to be 2 p.m. EST. So like West Coast time, like 11. West Coast time at like 11 o'clock. But I'm gonna send the link in Telegram like I always do. But yeah, it's gonna be around that time. And everything goes smoothly, I'm gonna start doing it at least 2 to 3 times a week like before. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna just let GU do his thing from here. Not gonna be taking any other setups until after the news plays out. All right, y'all. Dropped a couple videos for y'all this week. Got some more videos I gotta edit and line up for y'all later on. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, Playmaker_Way, TikTok, _Playmaker_Way_ post daily on both pages. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody in the live that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure you hit that first link in the description for free Telegram. Got to see on your screen the last quarter. 3-0 so far this week. We went 6-0 last week. Went 3-0 the week before that. And as far as how we wrapped up quarter 2, if we go to July 2nd, you can see how we wrapped up quarter 2. We went 56-2, giving us another 9% rate, kind of total 190,000 tips. Everything's data time and documented. You go to where it says subscribe, we just go down to photos. There's over 1,600 photos, 3 years worth of receipts, justifications, results, testimonials, all that good stuff. So make sure to explore the channel, y'all. And yeah, if you want to contact me directly, I can DM me on Instagram and Telegram. I respond to all messages. And we'll be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 a.m. EST. Yeah, I can't. I gotta do New York session live like later on in the day because like the beginning of New York session, like the first 3 hours, like up until like 11 a.m. I might be on a charge trading and stuff or at one-on-one session. So like at that time, I'm officially done taking setups, so I can really just focus on breaking shit down. I'm done doing everything else throughout the day. But I might. Well, I'm not gonna talk about that until I do it. But I do got some stuff lined up. But yeah. And usually I'll do it a little bit earlier, but it's gonna be later today because I got a lot of one-on-one sessions today. So I gotta prioritize those first. But yeah, we're gonna be live for this hour or two.